What's up, guys? How's it going? MikeTheTech here. I just wanted to get another video series started on Unreal Engine. It's been a while since I've used Unreal Engine or at least made videos regarding Unreal Engine, just because I started writing a lot for a company and I haven't had a lot of time to work, especially with the pandemic and everything else going on. I find myself having trouble staying focused. I guess maybe my body clock's off, but that all aside, I have been really excited to get back into Unreal Engine. So I went ahead and installed 4.23, 4.24, and 4.25 to explore them. And I'm probably going to start with 4.24 because that's what we're running Llorona on. And if you remember, that's a game that I was working on a little while back. And I have not forgotten about it. I am still going to be adding more to it. It's just that's one of the projects that kind of got put on the back burner for now. And I'm also going to be using 4.25 along with the with a VR plugin that will allow us to use the HTC Vive or Oculus Rift in our game as a VR controller and seeing the game in VR and everything. And some of these plugins actually have quite a few functions built in, so we'll probably have to do very little coding or blueprints on our end. So that's always exciting. It saves time. Yeah, so I hope you guys are excited. I do want to kind of get started a little bit today and at least open up and see if I can find the rest of my projects. I believe I know where they're at, but it's going to be a little bit of a mission. Let's see. Okay, it's not on the big drive. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so it is in the 2 terabyte drive. So let's go ahead and let's do all the prerequisites. I guess I can go into the 2 terabyte drive and open it there, but then I'd be opening 2 instances of it. Yeah, that's alright. I'll just go ahead and open that. But yeah, basically this might branch off in a couple different directions. I'm going to be streaming a lot of it. I'll start streaming I'll start streaming my videos, and basically the entire time I'm working on stuff like this, I'll be streaming it, and then I'll cut it down into smaller portions for the YouTube content, and kind of cut out the parts where I'm just figuring things out or whatever, and actually make the videos where I'm explaining the content properly, and people can actually learn something from it. Because a lot of this I'm going to be learning too. I haven't done too much work in VR. I received some VR knuckles from a very good friend of mine, Fred Beam, and it's really exciting to be able to use those in production. So I'm learning how to do all this for the first time. I've had Vive wands before, and I've only edited in VR, but I've never made a VR game. So that'll be really exciting to check out, and I look forward to checking it out with you guys. Oops, I should probably close these. That's work I'm doing. I'm showing a bunch of stuff on my desktop. Well, it's whatever. I'm helping some friends out with their game. I haven't tried Valorant yet, but it's getting there. So Unreal Engine is taking quite some time to load. I'm going to go ahead and pause this here, and we'll come back when it's ready. Alright, so we have opened up the game, and it looks like it's finished compiling. And you'll see what I have set up so far. This isn't the final design, obviously. I actually want to date the design a bit back, but because I haven't settled on the decade in which this is going to be set, I don't want to decorate too much with anything in particular or set on a certain theme until I figure that out, because I want the items to be around. Like, obviously, if there's a laptop here, it can't be in the 60s, right? Because there were no laptops in the 60s. So I need to make sure that if I'm going to do it in 67 or the 80s, or probably the 80s. The 80s would be really cool. That's when I was born. If I did something like that, then I wouldn't have a laptop here. But this is just kind of a placeholder for now while I kind of design the space and figure out where things are going to go. But let me walk you around some of the things that I've done so far. So this is Llorona's starting area, and you start as a little girl, and I'll try not to spoil it too much, but her brother is essentially stolen by Llorona. His brother's missing. Her brother's missing, I mean. And she wants to go find him. And that's the only thing that you'll know so far. But there's a lot of interactions that will occur in the house, around the house, in the forest. There's a river, and that's pretty much all I can really say about the story without getting too much into spoilers. And being so early access, I'm probably going to change things anyway. But yeah, so far I got kind of this floor texture, which is a texture that I kind of see in a lot of old houses like hotels and stuff. And then I put this stucco ceiling, because we all remember that stucco ceiling from when we were kids. And then one of the things I remember from my childhood was my grandma always had the guardian angel. So I actually imported a picture of the guardian angel and like the crossing guardian, and added it to a frame object. So this frame, I can actually replace just the texture of this. So it's built in two pieces. It's pretty cool. But I chose that one for that. But I'll have other frames around the house that relate to my childhood and things I remember in Mexican culture. And I used the story adventure template from the Unreal Engine Marketplace to actually frame the movements and interactions, because I feel like it does a really good job at storytelling games. And I'll show you what I mean. Like when I hit play, immediately we get this kind of eerie breathing in and out, and the zoom in and out is really something I liked a lot for this game, because it's kind of like, I don't know, keeping things moving like that makes it kind of creepy. And then don't mind the shadows. It's just the UE4 skeleton. I used, if I click on this, we'll see that we can. Excuse me. Let's get some Starbucks now. I have the hiccups. Open and close drawers, and then the last drawer has a physics-enabled flashlight. So this flashlight, when I open and close the door, actually gets knocked around, and I'm gonna have other objects in there that aren't interactable, like toys and whatever else, books or whatever, and have this in there so that you have to actually find I guess that's a spoiler, but you have to actually find the flashlight, and then as you can see, now you can use the flashlight for whatever you might need it for. So as you're kind of gathering things to take with you, you're going to want to search the entire house for things that might be beneficial on your travels. We can't really see it here, but there's also a Bible here, just to add to the elements of Catholicism and everything in this. We do have a creepy little bunny up there. I'm thinking about making some references to her brother, so there's actually a picture here where I can pick it up and look at it. And it's a picture of her and her brother. Obviously that's a picture that's not them, it's just a stock picture that actually came with this asset pack. But I'm going to replace that with a picture once I design the actors in 3D. But yeah, you can basically pick up different items, which I really like. I want to have as many items interactable as possible. I also put these little outlets down here. And then let's go outside so I can show you some more of the this light should also work. So yeah, that turns on and off. It's a little glitchy right now. I think the shadow was there without the light being on. But that, for the most part, works and casts real-time shadows. Let's go ahead and open the door. And I've started designing some of the wooded area. It's very sparse, but I just wanted to get an idea of what it would be like running through these woods. So I made a really nice sky box with a nice red hue to it, so that the trees are really hard to see. This river isn't working yet. It's not complete. It's just a texture I was playing with. But when we go through this, we can actually see the trees and running through and how it's going to look and trying to get through and not fitting and kind of adding to that scary environment of running to or from things. So yeah, I think it's coming out pretty well. Obviously, I only have one room and it's very basic, and some trees out here that I'm working on to get the aesthetic. But once you have all those parts in place, the rest comes really quickly, putting things together. Excuse me, I think I might be getting sick. Knock on wood, especially with everything else. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I am going to do some tutorial series, so as I'm adding things to this game, I'll make a breakout video of like, oh hey, we just added collision effects with items, so I'll make a separate video specifically showing how to make collision effects on items. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the entire vlog process or development process, and hang out with me while I make some games. This isn't the only game I'm making. There's another one that I'm working on. Well, actually two, shoot. There's two other games that I am working on, but this is the one that has my priority right now. And I hope you guys will enjoy. I know it'll definitely make it more fun to have some feedback during the development process. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Peace.